Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome people to Footy JUDGEMO. Listen, this is a late vibe stream, a late stream for me. But I thought I wanted to talk to you guys about the Solanke links to Arsenal and comparison to Sesko. Should Arsenal go for Solanke or go for Sesko? Sesko's decision to be made before the Euro based on Fabrizio Romano. And also it looks like Olise has chosen Chelsea. It looks like they already agreed the deal with him, and now it is about Crystal Palace and Chelsea and how they're gonna agree the deals. And also there are news that Man United, even though they had this thing about we aren't signing less than 25 more than 25 years old, older. There is sniffing around Palhinha, the Portuguese guy that plays for Fulham. Of course, I think the initial bid was rejected or something like that from Bayern Munich. 30 million was rejected, and Manchester United are sniffing around that, which is something I want to check. Is that true or not? We're going to talk about it. And also, I wanted to have a chat, me to you guys, about Phil Foden new contract. Does he deserve the new contract? But listen, there's only one place to start, and I want you guys first to hit that like button if you're watching this now. Hit that like button if you're watching this on the replay, people. Hit that like button because we wanted to speak a little bit about like this. I wanted to start with Olise, to be honest with you. This Olise to Chelsea. What does it mean to Chelsea, and how can Chelsea line up next season? Because I think this transfer is a major transfer for Chelsea, to be honest with you. Like looking at the squad and looking at the team, and listen, we can take a look at it, and we can take a look at Michael Olise. Here's the thing. It's by Give Me Sports. It says that Chelsea are now in talks with Crystal Palace regarding the scheduling of the payments. So I think they already agreed with Olise that he would join them, Chelsea. It's about now the release clause and how much Chelsea will pay and how the payments will go through. And I think this is a massive deal. Verbally agree in personal terms with the player. It's all now in the hands of Crystal Palace. Will they accept the Chelsea deal and about the payment schedule? But that doesn't concern us, to be honest. It doesn't. What concerns me is that they already agreed personal terms with Olise, and I think that means that he made up his mind to join Chelsea. As you can tell, I might have to share the link later, guys, to you if someone wants to join me. If we can discuss this, and I wanted to get your opinions, people, about this Olise deal and what it means. And I wanted to look with you at the Chelsea squad and what does it mean if Olise is gonna go. We know that if Olise goes to Chelsea, he's gonna start on the right side, and Cole Palmer is gonna play at the 10. Now you end up with 4 midfielders at the current moment, which is Enzo Fernandez, Kona Gallagher-Lavia, and Caicedo to battle for 2 places in the midfield. Who starts? Who's on the bench? This is what I want to talk about. And is Jackson going to start up top? And I think, to be honest, looking at this, it looks to me that maybe Chelsea now, they aren't going to go for a striker. Because if I look at the squad of Chelsea, and I wanted to look at the squad with you guys, and looking at the squad here, let me zoom in a bit for you guys to see. If you look at Chelsea and the squad, and let me just unzoom a little bit once so we can see the squad of Chelsea. The squad of Chelsea up top, there is a lot of players. They have Raheem Sterling, they have Nkunku, Madueke, Modric, Cole Palmer, Jackson. And now, if you add Olise to this and you include Cole Palmer into this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus Olise, that's 7 players on the books of Chelsea up top. With the Conference League, along with Chukwuemeka, if you guys know, like Chukwuemeka is on the books as well. And I think that's a lot of depth, though. That is a lot of depth for the Chelsea forwards. If they sign Olise, that's 7 players. Estivao is not coming this season. Estivao, I think it's coming from the next season. He's not coming this season. It is going to be a Estivao 25-26 season. But again, I think, in my opinion, I don't think if Olise comes in, unless someone leaves, I don't think Chelsea will be signing a striker. I think they're going to just continue with this, assuming that maybe Nkunku moves up top because there is Mudryk, there is Sterling. You're not going to live the season with 8 forwards up top and you're playing Conference League. I think that's too much. That is too much. Assuming that Cole Palmer will play at the 10, you're going to have Olise, Madueke on the right side, Nkunku, Jackson up top, Mudryk and Sterling on the left. I actually think that's not bad, along with Chukwuemeka. If Chukwuemeka goes on loan, even as Ahmed Sulaiman is saying, I still think that's enough depth for Chelsea. But I think that front line with the depth, I think it's not bad. Will Raheem Sterling have as bad of a season as last season or the season before? I doubt it. He's going to be utilized differently. Mikhailo Mudryk, as much as I said Mikhailo Mudryk isn't good for Chelsea, he can come off the bench. If Nkunku stays fit, he starts on the left, Olise and Jackson up top, or even he start Nkunku up top. And I think that is a very strong lineup. I said many times before that I think that Jackson is a good player. There is a player there for Jackson. There is a player there. Guys, hit that like button. If you are here with us, hit that like button. It's a late vibes, late stream. Support the channel. Let's get the likes up quickly, guys. To be honest with you, if I'm looking, I'm just going to be completely honest here. If I'm looking at the names, I think Olise on the right, Nkunku left, Jackson, Palmer behind, with Lavia, Caicedo, or even Caicedo, Gallagher. If Gallagher leaves, they're going to get another midfielder in. Even Enzo Fernandez, who isn't a terrible player, but he just needs a little bit of adjustments. I think, to be honest, I want to be honest with you, that's a very freaking good lineup up top. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's not lie. No agendas, nothing. That's a very good lineup for Chelsea. Very good lineup. Like Olise, Nkunku, Jackson, Palmer, Gallagher, Caicedo, Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, Caicedo. It doesn't matter. That's a good lineup. If you're a rival fan, that's a good lineup. That's a lineup that can cause trouble, right? That's a good lineup. And that is, to be honest, it is, as football is the game, on paper it looks good. But I also want to look at how Jackson ended the season, how Olise played for. Okay, so let's say on paper, Jackson ended the season strong, right? Olise is good. Palmer is cooking all season. Caicedo ended the season well. Conor Gallagher with the workhorse, and if he isn't asked to be the play, he isn't going to be asked to be the playmaker, or he isn't going to be asked, even if he stays, to do anything other than just run around, tackles and stuff. Even if Conor Gallagher doesn't start, and it's Lavia, and I doubt that Lavia is going to be the starter because he has to be embedded in the team. The only problem with me, if Caicedo, Enzo, and Cole Palmer play, is the defensive duties for these players, right? The defensive duties for these players. Because Palmer doesn't defend, Olise doesn't defend, Jackson doesn't defend, Nkunku doesn't defend, and I don't think that Enzo is the greatest defender on earth. So I think that lineup for Chelsea, if Enzo and Caicedo start, lacks a little bit of defensive attributes, lacks a little bit of defensive duties. So I think that lineup for Chelsea, the only thing that is unknown here is the coach. How does he play, though? How does he play? How does the new coach play for Chelsea? Because if I'm looking at the freaking names and I look at the back line, if you look at the back line, they have Thiago Silva, they have Disasi, Fofana, Levi Colwill, Badiashile, and Tosin, who isn't a bad player. He has a little bit of experience. He has an experience in the Premier League. You look at the paper, and the only thing that is unknown is the coach. How is the coach gonna set up? How is the coach gonna play? And big up everybody that joined from HUSAM stream, from This Is Football. I hope that you guys enjoyed the A-listers with Igal, Lewis, Hamza, Griggs, and HUSAM. Hit that like. By the way, if you just joined us, hit that like button. We're speaking about the deal with Olise. If it says that he agreed personal terms with Chelsea, it looks like it's gonna go through Olise, as I mentioned before. 300 people here, so hit that like button. Come on, let's get to 200 likes so get more people. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. If this deal goes through, Chelsea added depth on the right wing, because I don't think Madueke is a bad player, but he needs to be like on the bench. They're gonna play Conference League, which is Thursday nights. They're gonna play in the cups. I actually think Chelsea have a strong first 11. And let's look at the bench. If you have, like, I don't think Modric is great at all, but if you have Madueke coming off the bench, maybe Sterling here and there, and on the midfield, if they let Gallagher go, they're going to get another midfielder. They have Lavia, they have Enzo, and on the back line, they have Reece James if he stays fit. I doubt he stays fit. Chilwell on the left back. I don't think Chelsea are far from a good lineup. If Chelsea add another midfielder that can do the defensive work, that can be the 8, along with Caicedo, who connects the passes from the defense to Palmer or to Olise or to Nkunku, I think that lineup cooks. But I am not sure about Maresca, because I am not going to sit here and lie and tell you that I watched Leicester City play football. I just don't know. Actually don't know. I really have no idea. But I'm assuming that the lineup speaks for itself. The lineup is not bad. By the way, if they let Gallagher go and they are linked to Shrewsbury Hall, which is a player I like Shrewsbury Hall, I don't think it's a bad lineup to start. If Levi Colwill lives up to the hype, and we saw him. The thing about that is that I saw Levi Colwill being good. Already at Brighton. So that's a good center back. Kukurea, I'm not the biggest fan of Kukurea at all. Maybe I'm not his biggest fan at all. Reece James and Malo Gusto proved to be adequate and a good enough substitute to Reece James. So even if Reece James is injured, Malo Gusto will be good. But based on what I saw, I think Chelsea lineup, look at it. Chelsea have cover in every position. Is that cover good enough to challenge for the Premier League? No. But is that cover good enough for Chelsea to actually be arguably the 4th best team in the country on paper? Of course, until we know how Maresca is going to do. Maresca might come in and completely shanks it and be absolutely a bum. And Maresca might come in and be slowly playing good football. I'm not saying that Maresca is going to come in and cook and challenge for that, get 3rd or something. But I just think that on paper, Chelsea's team look all right. Let me do the timestamps because people want me to do timestamps. Let's actually adjust the timestamps. Look. If someone can help me with these timestamps, I would really appreciate it, to be honest with you guys. I would really appreciate it. Nobody wants to help with the timestamps. Over 350 of you here. I am a little bit nervous when I talk about Maresca because I don't know anything. Because to be honest with you, and I have to be honest with you guys, I had no idea how good Ange Postecoglou was. I didn't know anything about Ange Postecoglou, and the people that, oh my God, Ange Postecoglou is bad. I said I have no idea, and I said before, big clubs don't take risks. Ahmed, you can type the timestamps and send them to me on Twitter or something, or Instagram, Ahmed, or put them in a comment after the video, like the timestamps, and I can copy them and put them in the description if that's what you want to do, Ahmed. Thank you, Habibi, so much. My point about this, to answer to everybody's question, why I am not gonna rule Maresca out, I'm not gonna rule Maresca off, and I'm not gonna say that Maresca is bad or good, is that because I think what happened with Ange Postecoglou is a lesson to all of us, because I think Ange Postecoglou now, in hindsight, is a good coach. I didn't know anything about him. Maresca doesn't have the body of work of Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou had experience in Australia and in Japan and in the Scottish League. But Maresca doesn't have a lot of body of work to go off. So for me, I'm gonna wait and judge Maresca after about 5-10 games before I'm gonna say, okay, you're not gonna work. I'm skeptical, as should every Chelsea fan be, and I'm not a Chelsea fan, and every Chelsea fan should be skeptical a little bit, because it's the unknown, because big clubs don't take that risk. You know what I mean? When Liverpool hired Jurgen Klopp, he won the league with Borussia Dortmund. He reached a Champions League final. Arteta, though, is a risk, and Arsenal took that risk, and it didn't go well the first 2 seasons, but after this, as of now, you look at the Arsenal team and how he built the team, it looks all right. So it might be the same situation. I actually don't know. I really don't know. Ten Hag had a body of work behind him, the Ajax team, the Champions League semi-final, winning the Eredivisie. Aston Villa, when they hired Emery, he had a body of work behind him. So it's kind of Maresca is an unknown. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Maresca is going to be shit and look like a fool when the guy is slowly building the team. They get 4th or they get 5th or whatever, right? And they're playing okay football. He's utilizing the players here and there, because I don't know. I don't watch Leicester City play, so I don't know. And everybody that says, oh, we studied Maresca and we think Maresca's this and Maresca's that, well, studying the manager's work on paper, doesn't mean that it's going to work. And I'm going to tell you an example. Vincent Kompany cooked. Vincent Kompany was amazing with Burnley in the Championship. They totally dominated the league, played football. When he went to the Premier League, yes, he wasn't backed with players, but he was stubborn. He wanted to play the same brand of football. That is something that maybe Maresca will need to learn a little bit. So I don't know. But I'm looking at this Chelsea team, and I'm looking on paper about the Chelsea team. It looks all right. The team looks all right. If they sign Olise, they get Shrewsbury Hall. I read. They already got Tosin, which is a free signing. Looks good. Played for Fulham. Doesn't look like a bad signing. It's a free transfer. It looks like maybe Chelsea are moving into the right direction. Signing Olise, which is, nobody's going to sit here and tell me Olise doesn't have experience. Olise has about 180 games of first-team football under his belt, over 90 games for Crystal Palace, right? So he played a lot of Premier League football for Crystal Palace, FA Cups and Carabao Cups for Crystal Palace. So he has experience. Age doesn't matter if you have enough games. Foden, Bukayo Saka, these people, we cannot consider them a newbies. We cannot consider Saka and Foden, because they are young, newbies. Declan Rice has 200 games before he joined Arsenal, even though he was 23 years old, under his belt. That is experience. Michael Olise isn't a player that is new. We've all seen Michael Olise play. He has experience. He was coached under Roy Hodgson, under Patrick Vieira, and under Glasner. So he has a body of work we can look at, right? And I said again, the only unknown thing about Olise is, to be honest with you, about Chelsea, is Maresca. This is it. Kule, does more trophies make you a better team overall? Yes. Getting over the line, Kule, getting over the line gives you experience. Getting over the line, winning the trophies, putting like the pressure of the final game of a season, the pressure of a cup final, the pressure of a final, the pressure of a semi-final gives you more experience. So the answer to your question is yes, is 100% yes. So as losing as well. Losing gives you experience. So yes, the answer is, of course, winning the trophies gives you experience. Getting over the line gives you experience. 100%. 100%. Kule butchered my name. So that is my answer to you. Thank you for everybody supporting the channel. Let's get the likes up to 200 people. We can get to 200, 330 people here. Let's get the likes to 200 likes so we get more people watching. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you have any questions, send me the questions. Of course, we speak in Chelsea. Where do I think Chelsea can finish next season? It's a very tough question to ask, but I don't think they finish below 6. I don't think Chelsea next season, with the signing, with Olise signing, I don't think they finish below 6. I don't. I actually don't think Chelsea finishes below 6, in my opinion. This is something that I'm not going to bet my house on it, but I really think that Chelsea will have a better season than last season, in my opinion. Can everyone in the chat, let me know, where do you think Chelsea will finish, assuming that this Olise signing will go through? Assuming that this signing, based on the report, is going to go through, where would Chelsea finish for you next season? Where would Chelsea finish next season for you? Just type one number: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, third. Some people said third. Some people said Chelsea will finish third. 4th, 5th, that's not a bad option. 4th, 5th, yeah, no, not bad at all. Not bad. 7th, behind United, people are saying. Behind 4th, maybe. Top 4, not bad. I'm seeing a lot of 4th and 5th, 4, 5th. I'm seeing a lot of that. But I really want you guys, when you guys answer this question, please, please, remove your hat. Remove your tribal hat. Remove your tribal hat when we answer this question, because I really want to know. Because I really want to know what you think. Like, forget tribalism. I really want to know. Looking at how Chelsea move in this window, Olise, Tosin, the link to Shrewsbury Hall, I actually think they finish 4th, 5th, 6th. Like, I actually think, in my opinion, I genuinely think Chelsea will finish 4th. I'm saying it now. Depending on how the window goes, I think at the current moment, looking at how Chelsea move, I think they finish 4th. That's what I think, in my opinion. Yeah, but Christopher, I get, that's why I said, but if Maresca turns out to be bad, I actually think they finish 6th. The squad is good. The team is good. It's not good to challenge for the title, but I think the squad is good. Even if Maresca is bad, unless he mess up and play Palmer as a DM, I think they finish. If Maresca turns out to be bad, I actually think they turn out to be 6. That's what I think, to be honest. I think they finish 6. 26 minutes in, we're speaking Chelsea, people. And I want to shift it a little bit to the other news. I don't think this holds news. I don't think this holds water, if I'm not mistaken. Like, but this from Manchester Evening News, it says that Manchester United. Ahmed, please type them somewhere and actually because I don't think I can copy and paste. I cannot copy and paste. Please try to send them in a comment after, Ahmed. Just put them somewhere, write them in a comment or something, and then I will post them. 26. Where would Chelsea finish? Anyway, so that is what I think. This news is kind of strange a little bit to me. It hit me like it's kind of strange. Like, I actually think, are they gonna try to hijack Palhinha's deal? Does anybody here think this holds water? because it looks like Bayern Munich bid 30 million. Yes, exactly. So it looks like Fulham turned 30 million down from Bayern Munich. And now Manchester United is sniffing around this deal. The problem is with this is that you remember Jim Ratcliffe, whatever was published before about they aren't signing players above 30 million. So they aren't signing players above 30 million. Sorry, I'm going to say they aren't signing players above 26 years old, Manchester United. Palhinha is 29. Is this, I have a feeling, will this be another Casemiro signing where he goes to Man United, cook, play good for one season, and then they offer him a 4-year deal, and then he falls off the year after? The problem with this is that I'm thinking about it. I don't think Bayern Munich pays the 60 million. Thank you for the super chat. Mo would take 5 FA Cups over 1 Premier League and 1 Champions League? Absolutely not. Do you want a true answer? In 5 seasons, I would take 1 Champions League over 5 FA Cups. 1 Champions League over 5 FA Cups. 100%. 100%. I would take 1 Champions League over 5 FA Cups. This is my take on it. But the thing about it is that I am not sure if Bayern Munich will actually give them the money they need. I don't think so. I don't think Bayern Munich will pay the 60. Does anybody here think that Bayern Munich will pay the 60? I don't think so. I think this will end up being a 50, 45 million pound deal. And I think if Man United go on the line and start bidding for him, I think this can finish for 45, 50 million for United. However, I'm not sure if Fulham will sell to Man United. But this goes against what Man United said. But let me talk about the signing itself. I think if they can get 25 million, for Casemiro, or 40 million or 30 million for Casemiro, and replace Casemiro with Palhinha, I think this replacing Casemiro with Palhinha, I think it's good. Kobe Mainoo next to Palhinha, I think it will be a very good midfield for them, in my opinion. This is not a bad signing for United. Oh, we need to build for the future. They have Kobe Mainoo. They can build for the future with Kobe Mainoo. I actually think this can be not a bad signing for Man United at all. This can be good. Can you guys answer me, yes or no? Do you think Palhinha is a good signing for Manchester United? Or you think this can turn into a Casemiro? If you think this can turn into a Casemiro signing where he cooks a year and then the next year he falls off, yes or no? Yes or no? Do you think this can be a good signing for Man United? Because I think, in my opinion, I don't think this will be a bad signing for Man United. It's a good signing for Manchester United. Good. They need experience as well. They're going to get rid of Casemiro, Varane, Eriksen left. I think this is a good signing for them. I think also thank you, Football is the Game, for the comment. Him joining Bruno Fernandes, him joining Diego Dallo is good. It's good for him. I think this is going to be a good signing for him. It's decent. It's a good signing. That's a good signing for Manchester United, in my opinion. It's not bad at all. I like it. I actually like that. Now, if Man United go and sign this, that means all the reports we have read about them not signing players above 26 years old is rubbish then. It's rubbish. It's absolute bullshit, right? Like Man United signing Palhinha means, oh, the direction and all of this and all of that is rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. I think, but I I would like to see Palhinha at Man United, actually, just for the sake of strengthening the squad, strengthening the team for Man United. I like to see Palhinha move to Man United. Good player, tackler, adds a lot of aggressiveness into that midfield along Kobe Mainoo. Very aggressive midfield, but also not bad on the ball, not the worst on the ball. I think he's a good signing because Kobe Mainoo can collect the passes. Palhinha can do his thing on tackling, like what I mean, being the shield in front of the defense. And Bruno Fernandes plays the 10. I think if that midfield happen, I don't think Bruno Fernandes will need to drop deep. He's good. I think this is the like of a signing that Man United need at the current moment. Palhinha is the signing that Man United need. They have a lot of youngsters. By the way, Garnacho is a youngster. Højlund is a youngster. You know what I mean? Ahmad is a youngster. Even Anthony is a youngster. Even Olise, even though he has experience, they need the 26, they need the 28, 29 years old in that midfield along with Bruno. It cannot only be Bruno there. Fernandes. Does that make sense? Again, thank you, Coley, for this. Let us sort the manager first. It's a massive thing. Big up Jarvis. Big up Jarvis. Big up Jarvis. Thank you so much, Jarvis, for joining. Appreciate you guys. 360 of you here. Let's get to 200 likes. The like button is underneath your live chat. Support the channel. Subscribe if you're new. On the way to 22K. Palhinha deal is, I think it's going to Bayern Munich. By the way, I think if Palhinha goes to Bayern Munich, who leaves? Goretzka is for sale. I think Palhinha might stay in the Premier League. Would Arsenal take Palhinha? Arsenal fans, would you take Palhinha at your team? Or is he too old for you? Would you take Palhinha at your team to play at the 6? It looks like Kimmich might be staying, Ahmed. Would you take the Arsenal fans? Would you take Palhinha? Or would you go for a youngster like Amadou Onana or a Douglas Luiz, who's a 26 at his prime? Who would you take? You'd take Palhinha? Guys, let's do a game. Palhinha or Douglas Luiz? Let's see. Palhinha or Douglas Luiz? One name. For Arsenal, though, would you take Palhinha or Douglas Luiz? Which one would you take? Actually, I don't know. The difference is Douglas Luiz is 26. Palhinha is 29. But by the way, they're completely different footballers. Completely different footballers. Tackling, what we can look at both of them. We can look at the midfielders. We can look at Luiz, Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa versus Palhinha this season. It's completely different players. And if you look at this is João Palhinha is in red, and João Palhinha in red, and Douglas Luiz in blue. Completely different, though. He's more of a defensive player, Palhinha, than Douglas Luiz. He's not tasked to do the offense, the key passes, and the carrying of the ball. Definitely, Kamara is the 6. So this is why it's completely different. I think if Arsenal get Douglas Luiz, Rice plays the 6. If Arsenal get Palhinha, Rice plays the 8. So Palhinha will be tasked to do the more defensive work, the hard work, and all the stuff. And Rice and Odegaard will be the people to do the forward passes. And Kevin is good comment. He's not good enough on the ball. He's not that bad, though. I don't think he's that bad at all. And we can take a look at this as well. We can take a look at the pass percentage, the completion of passes between Douglas Luiz and Palhinha. That's a very good thing. It's like Douglas Luiz and Palhinha. We can literally take a look at the comparison between both. I'm trying. We can take a look at both pass percentage, the pass completion, and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm comparing him to Douglas Luiz because I want to compare him to Luiz, because to see if Joao Palhinha is actually Douglas Luiz, if he actually that bad. You know what I mean? Like, because people make it like Palhinha doesn't do any good in terms of pass percentage and pass completion. So in the passing, just to let you know that still the number of passes that he completes 82% versus Douglas Luiz 85%. It's not that bad though. I don't think Palhinha is that bad. People think that Palhinha, because he tackles a lot, people think that Palhinha cannot pass. He's not bad. The thing about this Palhinha deal with, but I don't think Arsenal are in for Palhinha at all, by the way. Genuinely, I don't think Arsenal are in for Palhinha. I'm just comparing both of them. But I think this literally suit Man United to the T, in my opinion, if they add him. The problem is you still need youngsters to come in and be the understudy for him. I like Palhinha. I actually wanted Liverpool to get Palhinha last year, right? Instead of Endo, they ended up not doing it. No DM. I think if Palhinha would have gone to Liverpool, McAllister would cook even more, and I think that their season would have changed, in my opinion. Their season would have changed, in my opinion. Palhinha go to Man United. I think it's a good signing for them. I don't think it's a bad signing. Let's get to 200 likes, people. I don't think it's a bad signing at all. Moving on from Palhinha, 40 minutes in, moving on from Palhinha to this. Arsenal are interested in £65 million rated Bournemouth striker Dominic Solanke in this transfer window. That hit me like a rock. I didn't think that Arsenal would be in for Solanke, though. That hit me like a rock. Why are Sky Sports reporting on this? So this is related to this piece of news. Benjamin Sesko will make the final decision on his future. At the current moment, based on Fabrizio Romano, Sesko has not made a decision on, based on Fabrizio Romano, has not made a decision on which club he wants to join. However, he wants to make a decision before the Euro starts. So that means within this week, Benjamin Sesko will make a decision. If Chelsea are going for Solanke, are they going to go for Sesko as well? Will Chelsea spend £100 million on their front line this window only? So will Chelsea get both Olise and Sesko? I doubt it. That's my point about this. I'm looking at it, I'm like, are you going to spend £100 million on your front line when you already have plenty of forwards? So they have to sell someone first. So let's count together. They're going to have Olise, Madueke, and up front, Sesko, Jackson, Nkunku, Modric, and Raheem Sterling. So they're going to have 7 players. You guys want to sit here and tell me that Chelsea will have 7 players? 7 players? I think that's too much, though. 7 players in front line, with some of them like Sterling make 350k. Like it's ridiculous. Palmer is gonna be the 10, unless Palmer is not gonna be the 10. Unless you count Palmer up top as well. That means if they sign Sesko and they sign Olise, they're gonna have 8 forwards. What? 8 forwards? That's a lot. That's a lot of players up top, isn't it? That's a lot of players up top. I think that is gonna be strange. It's gonna be very, very strange to me, in my opinion. Like, I think it's going to be very strange. Like, 8 players is a lot of players. Okay, Palmer in the 10. 7 forwards. 7. That's a lot of you aren't playing Champions League, you're playing Conference League. That's a lot of players. I think at the end, but one of the things I wanted to see is he actually gonna join? If he join Arsenal, should Arsenal go for Sesko or go for Dominic Solanke? What do you guys think? Okay, Arsenal fans or anybody, just anyone who I compared Sesko to Dominic Solanke. This is what I got. So for Arsenal, the are linked. So Arsenal are linked to Dominic Solanke. Arsenal are linked to Dominic Solanke. So I went and I said, let me compare Sesko to Dominic Solanke. Should Arsenal get Dominic Solanke, whose Premier League experience, had 19 goals last season in the Premier League, or should they go and get a Sesko? And I looked at both. The only thing that goes for Solanke, which is a lot, is his goals for Bournemouth this season, though. If both prices are close, his 19 goals for Bournemouth this season, some experience in the Premier League. For all the people that say Sesko, you haven't watched Sesko play football, but you watch Solanke, and you're saying this, I doubt that you watch Sesko play, to be honest. Have you watched Sesko play? So I looked at actually Dominic Solanke and Sesko comparison. You guys know that. I'm not sure if you can see the screen. I compared both. Here you go. This is per 90 comparison. This is boring a little bit for you, but I think per 90, Benjamin Sesko has more goals, has more assists. But the thing about it is that shots on target, Dominic Solanke is higher. If you can see shots on target, Dominic Solanke is better. Sorry, Benjamin Sesko is better. Passing, Dominic Solanke just better with a little bit. You know what I mean? If we toggle per 90, though, the difference between Benjamin Sesko and Dominic Solanke is that Solanke, actually Benjamin, like listen, Sesko even passed the ball more, right? It looks like, looking at this, Sesko edges it in every aspect of the game. Exactly. This is it. This is the comment. Thank you. Sesko only played at Leipzig. Sesko only completed, like, look at this. There is double the number of games. There is double the number of games, right? So Sesko doesn't have the body of work that Solanke has. That's why. Like, if you look at this, I try to analyze this, and football is not only about the stats, yes, but I didn't watch a lot of Sesko. And looking at the shot creation action and the passes and all the stuff, they are very close to each other. But one of them has done it in the Premier League. The other one has done it in the Bundesliga and RB Leipzig. So one of them has scored 19 goals, played consistently in the Prem. One of them has done it in the Bundesliga. And he hasn't been the starting striker for Leipzig. It's kind of tricky, though. It is very tricky. Looking at this, I want to take a look at this. The touches, Sesko touches the ball more per 90, right? The successful Sesko dribbles better. The total distance a little bit. Solanke's, this is total progressive carries. If you want to compare that, if you guys like that, right? I think, in my opinion, looking at the stats, but I'm not. But I'm gonna let you guys know. All of you guys talk about the data, the Michael Edwards, we analyze the data, Man City analyze the data, now everyone analyzing data. Now this is the data, number of passes and carries and shots on target. You guys want to do data. No one wants to do eye test. I watch Sesko looks all right. I watch Solanke looks all right. None of them is elite anyway. None of them is that level. None of them is the level that will take a team to the next level. None of them. None of them is right there. I don't think so. I don't think Solanke benches Havertz though. I don't think so. That's Havertz has had a good second half of the season, to be honest. If Arsenal aren't signing an elite striker, I would say Arsenal take the risk on freaking Kai Havertz from the start of the season. Sign a freaking left winger that is guaranteed goals and take the risk on Kai Havertz. Unless you go and sign Eucharist, who has plenty of goals and assists, unless they go on I think Osimhen, for example, someone like that, I would stick to Kai Havertz up top. Even though Mo has the agenda against Kai Havertz, I wouldn't get Solanke and start Solanke up top. I wouldn't do that. I would take the risk on Kai Havertz, assuming that his second half of the season, he can absolutely just, maybe if he gets 80% of that across the season, he'll be good enough. He'll get you 15 goals, 16 goals or something, and maybe 5, 6, 10 assists. That's good enough. If you have a goal scoring wingers, that is good enough, right? Am I wrong? Like Kai Havertz didn't have the greatest start of the season as a midfielder. He was forced. You know what I mean? But I think take the risk on Kai Havertz. If you are going for the Seskos, if you are going for the Solanke, maybe take the risk and start Havertz up top. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I don't know the problem with Arsenal is that the striker market stinks. There's only Isak, Gyökeres, Osimhen. Who else you're gonna get? You aren't getting him freaking Mbappe. You aren't getting that level. Come on, guys. Listen to Jarvis. Hit that like button. About 400 people watching. Let's get to 200 likes. Come on. Yeah, this guy that the guy that the Girona guy. But they need if Arsenal go tomorrow and sign a left winger, I don't know who though. As a left winger, who's like amazing? I don't know. I don't know if they go sign Liao, which is gonna cost an arm and a leg. If they go sign Kvaratskhelia, who doesn't look like he's leaving, there's not a lot of left wingers that actually move me at the current moment. Like there is not a lot of left wingers that I'm looking at them. There's Kudos that I think, wow, you gonna come in and cook. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot. There's not a lot though. Rashford. Well, Rashford is very questionable. Rashford is very questionable because can Arsenal get out of Rashford? Yeah, Anthony Gordon, but they aren't signing Anthony Gordon. They aren't signing Anthony Gordon from freaking Newcastle. Took a risk on Anthony Gordon and it worked. Newcastle took a risk. Maybe Arsenal should take a risk on somebody. I don't know who though. Maybe Arsenal should take a risk on somebody. I don't think Man United sell Rashford to Arsenal though. I genuinely don't think so. It's for Marcus Rashford. If he goes to Arsenal and Arteta, listen, Arteta did it with Havertz, as this comment says. Maybe Arteta can get the best out of Rashford. Maybe. I don't know. But I made up my mind on the stream live with you. If Arsenal are going to go for Solanke for 65, yes. This is true. This is very true. If Arsenal are going to go for Solanke or Sesko, I think go for Sesko. Take the bet on the 21 years old. Take the bet. Solanke, didn't he play for Liverpool and flopped? Didn't do well. Chiesa, I don't think so. I don't think Chiesa's that guy. Chiesa's injury prone. He's not that guy. I don't think Chiesa's that guy. This is my opinion, though. This is my opinion. I don't think Chiesa's that guy for Arsenal. It was the Kvaratskhelia guy, but he was linked to PSG, and it looks like Napoli are not going to sell him anymore. There's Rafael Leao. Who else? I don't know who else, to be honest. Maybe Arsenal can go and take Leroy Sané of Bayern Munich's hands. Maybe Leroy Sané. I like Sané, to be honest. I like Leroy Sané. It's called Leroy Sané. I like Sané, to be honest. I like him. But will he join? Will they be able to take him off Bayern? It looks like Bayern are willing to sell anybody. Big shout. Big shout, Sancho. 40 million, Sancho, put him in the right environment, let him cook. Big shout. Jadon Sancho, big shout for Arsenal. But again, will Arsenal, but again, I'm going to say that. Are Arsenal going to take the risk of signing someone like Sancho, putting their season on the line for Jadon Sancho? Isn't that a risk for Arsenal? The problem with Chiesa, Tevin, is that he's injured. He's injured. He's injury prone, Tevin. He's injury prone, Tevin. It's a massive thing. Injuries are a massive thing, Tevin. I don't know. Like, I think Arsenal, Trossard, Cook, and also, you remember, Arsenal, before they sign someone, they need to sell Nketiah and Reece Nelson, because they have Gabriel Jesus, Saka, Havertz, Reece Nelson, Nketiah, Trossard, Martinelli. That's 7 attackers. It's a lot of attackers as well. How many attackers do you need? Arteta needs to actually now finally sell Nketiah and Reece Nelson and go for someone else. Come on. He needs to. He definitely needs to. He has to, bro. He has to, without a shadow of a doubt. But I don't know who Arsenal go for. There's not a lot of wingers around in the world, bro. I don't know. Rafinha from Barcelona, they want to get rid of him. Should they take him? He didn't have a bad season. Yes. He didn't have a bad season. Not a very, very bad season. Rafinha is not bad. But listen, the last thing I wanted to talk about with you guys. Fofana from Monaco as a midfielder, Tevin, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. Didn't watch enough of him, but he's not bad at all. Strong, physical. I think he's bad. Rafinha moved. Ahmed Jr. Rafinha moved to the left when Lamine Yamal was on the team. He moved to the left. I actually want to talk about one thing. This notion about Phil Foden. I'm going to say one thing that you guys won't like it. Manchester City are protecting their asset. They think Phil Foden is their most precious asset. Had a good season for them, breakout season. Same as Man United when they gave Rashford the big contract. Why no one spoke about Rashford getting a big contract? Phil Foden had a magnificent season at Man City. Was one of the standout players. He's English. He's English tax. He's the star of the team now. He's one of the stars. I think he deserves the contract. It's on the other teams to match these things. While they might think Pep Guardiola is leaving, what is keeping Phil Foden here? What is keeping Phil Foden here? A big contract. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Phil Foden, 375 in this market. If Kai Havertz went from Chelsea to Arsenal and he wasn't the greatest at Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, he makes 250k. Phil Foden is a Manc, born and bred, Manchester City Academy, broke into the first team. He's about to be 24 years old. I think Phil Foden deserves the contract. Does Saka deserve a contract like this? I don't know. Did Saka win Arsenal the league? No. Did Foden win Man City the league? He was an integral part of them winning the league. So that's what I'm talking about. Phil Foden at the end. Kevin De Bruyne was injured most of the season. Haaland was injured. There was Rodri and Foden basically, offensively, kind of, let's say he carried the team. And he won the league at the end. He stepped up in the final game against West Ham. Yes, he did it. I'm going to say he did it one season as carrying the team. He wasn't an integral part of the team over the past seasons. Again, Rashford had this purple patch last season and he got the contract. Why not Foden? And when Rashford got the contract, he was 25 years old. Foden is about to be 24. And I promise you something. Let's say Saka has a brilliant season next season and Arsenal win the league. Why wouldn't Saka demand the contract of 300k? Why not? I'm going to tell you guys something. When Inter won the treble in 2010, all the players that were integral asked for a big contract. Foden had his breakout season, right? And on top of that, the cherry on the top is that they won the league. That's what still Saka doesn't have. Of course, Foden plays, and that's not a thing against Saka. Foden plays in a more established team. He has more superstars around him. He has Pep as the perfect coach, blah, 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 the structure. But at the end, Foden looks at himself and thinks, well, I won the league. I'm owed a new contract, and I want to be equal to Kevin De Bruyne because I carried the team. Saka, imagine if I'm telling you, Arsenal win the league next season. Saka has a 20 plus GA. Saka's owed 300 plus K. If freaking Raheem Sterling earns 350k, Saka's definitely owed that. Saka's owed that. Odegaard is owed that. The captain of Arsenal. The new market. Wake up, a new market. De Jong earns 400k euros, 350k pounds. Wake up, Arsenal. Wake up. You need to pay your players. If they win the league, Arsenal, next season, the superstars are owed. The offensive players are owed. Saka definitely deserves more than Sterling gets paid. If Arsenal win the league, Saka deserves more than Marcus Rashford. Why wouldn't Foden demand this contract if he basically won them the league? Why not? Why not? He started for them. Yes, he did it one season. Yes, he did it one season when he carried the team. But that one season won them the four-peat, won them the league. And if Havertz comes from Chelsea, and he wasn't the greatest, he was a flop, as Chelsea fans say, and he earns 250k, Saka's owed money. Pay up. Pay the superstars up. So for me, Foden deserves the pay rise. Is it 375k? Wallahi, that's the market. Wallahi, that's the market. I don't dictate the market. The Kevin De Bruyne's, the Salahs, the Sterlings dictate the market. Not me, not Mo. Simple. Marcus Rashford demanded a contract. He got a freaking contract. Simple. Rashford, how much does Rashford earn, people? Let me check it. And we are less than 30 likes away from 200. I want to reach 200 here. Guys, the like button is underneath the live chat. Hit that like button underneath the chat. The like button is not an approval. The like button is how this channel goes to a new subscriber. How this channel goes to a new subscriber. How we get new people watching the video. Come on. Rashford contract. The guy earns 325k a week. 325k a week. طيب. Foden won them the league. Won them the league. Man born and bred, Manchester City Academy. Won them the league. Didn't have a purple patch. He had a season. If Arsenal win the league next season, Saka's coming demanding his money, people. He's demanding his money. So the final verdict for me is that Phil Foden, خلاص, he starts for City, they owe him the money, and that's it. He won them the league at the end. But anyway, listen, I don't know who's live, but I want to get to 300 likes. We're less than 15 likes away. I don't know who's live to redirect to them. But I want to thank Mookie. Wow, the Mookie is live. Let me redirect to Mookie once. Redirect to Mookie. If you guys know who Mookie is, Footy Judge Mo Raid. Customization. Redirect. Mookie is live. Mookie is live. Who's live again? Mookie. But listen, I want to, guys, hit that like button, people. Mookie, I need to read. I need to ask for privileges. But anyway, listen, people, I want to thank everybody that watched me. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 22K. So subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Come on, people. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in here. I want to appreciate everyone. If Inter Worldwide going live now. Inter Worldwide. No, they aren't. So yes, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Appreciate you. And I will see you guys soon. And I am out of here, people. I'm going to eat dinner now. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the stream. Tomorrow I have a massive stream, people. Massive, massive stream. Thank you, guys.